Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week, we're switching it up. Star Wars Legion. Yeah, you know what? I was on a live painting podcast a few weeks ago when they did, or last week maybe, and they did the AMG release of the new Legion, and it just got my juices flowing. And I had something sitting around that reminded me of it, and it was this. This is some of the new packaging that AMG has come up with, and it really caught my eye on the count on the shelf, and I pulled it. Anyway, Crab Droid right there, boom. This is gonna be a fun little paint. Also, I had the orange all picked out and ready to go, and then I got on that same live stream, Blasticated Painting, and Mike, who was Smog at the time, said that he thought that the artwork was not the best and the orange was just garbage. So I thought, well, what the heck? I better change it, man. I wonder if other people think that. But so what I decided to do is split it. I'm gonna do one of the box art, and I'm gonna do one at the brown. I believe it was Revenge of the Sith droid. Maybe I can find a reference and stick it in the video. Anyway, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. I'll see you guys in there. Alright, here we go. Star Wars Legion LM432 Crab Droids. Man, these are some of the newer models that AMG has dropped. This probably a month or more ago, but they have the new box art, and in light of their big announcement for all the new Legion stuff coming through the AMG. That, you know what? I thought I would paint these, and you know what? I was on a live stream last night with Blasticated Painting, and one of his buddies, Mike, was on there, and I told him I was going to be doing the droids this weekend, and they called for this orange, and I'll show you right here. Let me move this stuff out of the way so I can get the box art for you so you can see exactly what we're talking about. Right there. Orange. Those guys are orange. But a lot of people, from my understanding, they're not big fans of this orange color. They like the brown of the droids from I believe it was Revenge of the Sith. There's some brown droids in there. And in light of all that, when I set this up for the video, I was going to go with these oranges. I was going to do a base of burnt orange, and then do some oxide, and then do some highlighting with the Nova orange. And I'm still going to do that, actually. I'm going to take one of the droids, and I'm going to paint it with the oranges. And then over here, from the live painting session last night with Blasticated Painting and Mike, aka Smog, because he keeps changing his name, right here, we're going to do this for him, and hopefully he'll be watching the video and check these out. And I know he's got the droids. I believe he's got the droids, and he's got to get them painted. But anyway, Mike, this is for you, guy. Right here, we're going to get these. Let's see, we're starting with a dark green brown, an orange brown, and a dark orange brown. This should work perfect for what you were talking about. And just for the art, because I like to do the box art, we're going to do these. So we're going to do one of each. All right, let's do it. We'll be trying out my new dry brush board that I picked up, oh man, probably several months ago from Artist Opus, for dry brushing and just kind of cleaning your dry brush off to get to the model. So we're going to be testing that out too. I'll let you know how that goes. Anyway, let's get on with this guy, and we're going to start with, I believe, I pulled out Burnt Sienna this time because it's a bit darker, and that's what I'm kind of go for. And I'm going to be just kind of dry brushing and stippling that on everywhere except for the legs, and we'll come back with metallic on that. All right, let's do it. Alright, I'm breaking out the little dry brush so I can get in some of these hard to reach areas. Bump the camera there, my bad. A little more paint, I think, just to get in there. There we go. Oh, that's a little better. Okay. As you can see, we got to get all of that. Alright, there we go. Base coat down. Super easy. These guys are going to go quick. And again, I say that always, but these are going to go quick. The only thing that might make this video go a little bit longer is switching colors to the brown and the orange. So this is the base for the orange, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the base for the brown to kind of see where we are. Alright, so for this one, dark green brown is the base that we're going to use for this, for the brown. And just to show you is, I'm actually kind of sticking to the orange just a little bit because we've got this orange brown and dark orange brown. So first we're going to do the dark green brown, and then I'm going to do on the top of that, I will do dark orange, and then we will finish with a highlight of orange brown. Alright, so base of dark green. We go, bases down. They both look good. I really like this. I mean, of course, there's no highlights on them yet, so they're not. This one's not super orange like the box art, but I really like it. And again, that stippling quasi dry brush, that looks really good for these guys. A lot of the times with the Star Wars Legion, I try to go pristine, but these guys, I'm not doing that. I'm so. Man, I've been painting too much Trench Crusade. So anyway, these are going to be quasi Trench Crusade Star Wars Legion. Never thought you'd hear that in the same sentence. Anyway, I digress. So these are looking terrific. So what we're going to do now is we're going to introduce the second color of the orange, and that would be an orange oxide over here, and then we will be introducing a dark orange brown for the brown. Alright, so we'll be doing the same process we just did, but just over the top, and we won't be going, keeping to the higher areas, not going too crazy. Alright, let's do it. There we go. Step 2, we got the second, kind of a mid-tone down, right? And what I did, I didn't show it on camera. I probably should have. When I was doing the dry brushing, I took some of the original color from the base, and I put just a little bit. And I'm gonna scroll you right over here. I put a little bit in to the second color just so I could have a transition, and back over here, and it worked really nice. These are turning out really terrific. You've got the darker colors underneath, and you got the lighter colors on the top, and we're going to get just a little bit lighter now because we're going to move into some of those highlights, and I will be mixing it with the second color to give it some contrast. All right, so we will move on. Let's see. The orange, where did it go? Right there. I'm gonna actually try the Nova orange mixed with that oxide orange, or the orange oxide right here. So I'm gonna mix these two to get the highlight for the orange on this guy. And then over here, we're gonna take the dark orange and the orange brown, the dark orange brown and the orange brown mixed, and give it the highlight over here, and then we'll probably cap it off with just the color, maybe a smidge of ivory, just to make it pop. We'll see. All right, let's do it. All right, right here I put a little bit of ivory into that mix. As you can see, it really, man, that's really contrast. Man, it looks great. All right, it's exactly what we're trying to do here. Boom. Look at that. That is nice. Okay, this is working out. Also, if you want to get the lines like we're getting here, I'm just doing the dry brush on the side to get the lines there. That looks really terrific. Just be real light with your brush. All right. There we go. This guy is pretty much done except for the metallic work and a little bit of red work on some lights there. That's about it. All right. Let's move on to the brown one. Mixed a little bit of ivory in here now, and I've got to be real careful here because it could, yep, super bright. Look at that. Yeah, I'll just stick to the high areas here. Alright, there we go. The base for the armor is down for both. Man, these look really terrific. To be honest, I really like both of them. I like the orange, and I like this lighter brown. And man, really, the dry brush stippling effect is spot on for these guys. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that, those transitions. And that's just, the tricolor. With the dry brush, super easy. But it's okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move into the metallic, all the arms and the legs and the eyes and things like that, the guns. And we are going to start with dark silver. All right, thought I'd show this step. I'm actually going back and painting all of the legs black. And then I'm going to etch it or, kind of stipple, spot paint it with the dark metallic. I didn't want to paint it dark metallic, all of it, I thought I was going to, but I decided not to. So we're going to go this route, and we're going to etch it with the silver to give it some more contrast. And I may actually use silver. Maybe not. I always say that. I'm always thinking in my head, man, I'll do this color, and then I'll picture it in my head, and I'll want to change it, and it's like, nope, okay, stick to your guns, man, stick to your guns. Anyway, I digress. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and continue. I just wanted to show that I did the other one already. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stop this for a sec, and then see, I painted everything black. It looks real nice, and then we'll come back and we'll etch that with either a dark silver, or probably both. So, alright, just going to finish this up, and then we'll get on with the silver. Cleaned up the legs and the face stuff. Man, that looks really nice. And what we're going to come back now with is the dark silver right here. And we're just going to kind of etch that in some of the main areas that you're going to see. Maybe even fill in some of these things. And I also did, there's some things just under the leg that we need to clip. But that's about it. These guys are pretty much done except for the basing, of course. But right here there are two lights, and they're red. So what I'll probably be doing is I'll get a little bit of white or ivory or even white ink, and I'm just going to dip it right there, hit those two spots right here. Boom, boom, and then I'll drop a little, I think I'll use fluorescent red for this, like I have been with the rest of the Legion series. It'll look really nice. Alright, so what we're going to do now is get on with the metallic. Alright, there we go. We've got the dark silver etching all the way around, and I filled some of it in, and I painted over some of the legs just because it was a little difficult. The lines were a little rough, so I just kind of compensated and picked it up. And you know what? These guys are worn, right? So we can get away with that. And I can go back in with a little bit of Agrax probably and clean some of that up and give it a little discoloration. But I'm not going to focus on that too much. I will come back with a little bit of silver and hit some key areas on top. I will do that in a little bit, and I do have the silver out. It is right there, so I don't forget. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next guy right here. And we're going to do the same thing with the dark silver for now, and then we'll get on with the other silver. All right, let's do it. Well, there you have it, guys. Star Wars Legion's LM432 Crab Droid. You know, what a cool little paint. Quick little paint. And I think we satisfied the Mike or Smog with the different colors. You know what? I kind of like both. The brown looks really good, and so does the orange. I like both, but now when I play, I can decipher between the two. So thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. I'll catch you next week. Oh, go check out Blaster Katie Painting live on Friday nights. All right. Oh, also, we'll probably be doing a collab with Painting Together soon. I'm supposed to get together with him. We'll figure that out, and that'll be maybe Friday or Saturday or whatever time we come up with. Anyway, guys, again, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. I'll catch you next week.